as the cursed energy erupts, forming a massive, glowing purple skull radiating violent power. Jong Chen charges forward, slicing through the cursed energy with incredible speed. He activates his lightning technique, creating a flash of purple electricity that tears through the darkness and pushes back the curse. Relying on the ancient tree spirit, Jong Chen calls out for support. In response, the tree releases a divine, glowing force, absorbing the remnants of the curse. Jong Chen backs off, trusting the tree to purify the corrupted energy. Sedo watches in disbelief. Shocked, he questions how the boy managed to counter it so effortlessly. Xioju successfully completes her task, standing triumphantly beside a fallen enemy as dark energy swirls around her. She proudly announces her success, receiving praise from her father. Jong Chen, witnessing the scene, is shocked to recognize the enemy as Kadoi. A dark spear energy is unleashed, the spear of Hades, targeting Sedo's very soul. The cursed weapon pierces through the void with deadly precision as the caster commands it to kill without mercy. Sedo is struck midair, narrowly avoiding the fatal blow. He panics, realizing his opponent can detect his hidden movements with uncanny accuracy. Despite his mastery in stealth, he's left stunned that his position could still be tracked. As the deadly nine-winged miasma closes in, Jong Chen counters with a powerful lightning technique. Summoning intense energy, he unleashes his ultimate skill, the 3000 Thunder Tribulation, to destroy the incoming threat. Outside a glowing barrier, the group waits impatiently for Jong Chen. Some speculate he may already be dead, criticizing him as foolish and unworthy of the legendary status he's supposed to hold. One person, however, suggests he may still have a trump card and could turn things around if he plays it right. The man expresses doubt about Jong Chen's value. He warns that even if they follow Jong Chen, they might still lose, especially given Jong is only at the 3rd level. He believes that talent without strategy leads to disaster on the battlefield. Convinced Jong Chen is not worth the risk, the captain decides to leave, believing there's no point wasting more time. The others agree and prepare to depart, showing clear disappointment in Jong Chen's performance so far. Suddenly, a powerful burst of energy erupts from behind, catching their attention. A mysterious figure cloaked in red energy emerges from the mist. Realizing the threat, the captain immediately orders everyone to prepare for battle. The team responds without hesitation, drawing weapons and channeling energy, readying themselves for the worst. Amid the haze, Jong Chen appears, calmly standing over the kneeling form of Sedo. The man and the girl stare in disbelief. They're overwhelmed by Jong Chen's sudden rise in strength. A flashback begins. Just 1 minute earlier, Sedo was overwhelmed by Jong Chen's powerful lightning attack. Caught off guard, he panicked and begged for mercy, shouting that he surrenders. Jong Chen, floating calmly above him, made it clear that mere surrender wasn't enough. If Sedo truly wanted to survive, he would need to do more. The threat of death loomed unless he agreed to Jong Chen's terms. Jong Chen presented a glowing scroll, the soul contract. He instructed Sedo to sign it, offering him a chance to live by becoming Jong's servant. The decision was clear: obedience or death. Jong Chen added one final temptation. Not only would Sedo survive, but Jong also claimed he could help him break through to the 9th level, making the offer even more difficult to refuse. Jong Chen mentions the Tauxi steel, instantly capturing Sedo's attention. Shocked, Sedo identifies it as the legendary artifact said to have enlightened the great dreamer of Great Xia, a key to immense power. A radiant golden gate appears before Sedo, its energy overwhelming. He stares in awe, believing it to be the passage to the 9th level, the power he desperately seeks. Just as suddenly, the vision vanishes. Sedo panics, realizing the gate is gone. Jong Chen grabs him and glares, leaving no room for doubt about who's in control. Jong Chen smirks. His plan is working perfectly, the bait has been taken. Calmly, he asks the final question: what will you choose? Sedo finally submits, kneeling before Jong Chen. He declares his loyalty and signs the soul contract, vowing to become Jong Chen's vassal. The scroll glows with binding power as he pledges his soul. As the contract seals, Jong Chen warns that any betrayal will result in divine punishment. Sedo acknowledges this, declaring he would rather die on the spot than disobey his new master. Jong Chen smiles coldly, satisfied with the result. With the contract in place, he now holds full control, able to kill Sedo instantly from any distance if he chooses to. He hints at a plan forming in his mind. Sedo, now fully devoted, passionately offers his service. He asks if Jong Chen plans to conquer secure a country, promising to follow him through fire and water without hesitation. Jong Chen coughs lightly, playing along with Sedo's devotion. Internally, he's surprised that Sedo upgraded his mission voluntarily. Sedo nervously reassures himself that admiring power is a cultural trait in secure a country. Getting beaten only increases loyalty. The holy light barrier suddenly shatters, signaling the end of a powerful seal. Sedo asks about the nether demon, wondering if it was destroyed by the heavens. To his shock, a tiny demonic creature casually claims it ate the 9th level nether demon because it couldn't escape fast enough. It shrugs it off like it's no big deal. Jong Chen silences Sedo's questions with a teasing threat, joking that he's an unfilial son for asking. Sedo awkwardly accepts it, realizing it's better not to push further with this unpredictable master. With the destruction of the holy artifact, the protective barrier begins to collapse. Jong Chen instructs Sedo to return to secure a country, promising to elevate him to the status of a great general if he completes his task. Sedo accepts the command respectfully. Jong Chen's aura clashes with that of a warrior wielding immense sword Kai. The tension rises as the newcomer is stunned by Jong Chen's power and the sudden shift in control over Sedo. As the group approaches, they confirm Jong Chen's identity. He responds calmly, confirming that he is indeed the one they seek. In a series of observations, the group discusses Jong Chen's overwhelming influence. They realize that Sedo, once feared as a top assassin, has now knelt and submitted to Jong Chen, becoming his retainer. The mood shifts as Jong Chen, having answered all questions, turns it around. It's now his turn to ask, "Who are you?" Fengyan Wu introduces himself as the top champion of the Great Xia Genius list, accompanied by 2 others who also ranked in the top 3. He asks if Jong Chen is returning to represent Dako in the upcoming competition with the 3 overseas islands. Yang confirms, ending the round of questions. Nearby, the man and woman observe the exchange. The woman criticizes his constant questioning, suggesting it's a survival tactic. He's confused by her hostility, wondering if he accidentally offended her. As Jong Chen and Fengyan Wu stare each other down, the others awkwardly comment on their tension. They joke that the 2 battle maniacs seem to understand each other without words. The 2 finally exchange compliments. Fengyan acknowledges Zhong's overwhelming power despite being at a lower level. Zhong, in turn, praises Fengyan's sword aura. Fengyan admits he may not win if they fought now, and recognizes Zhong as a worthy successor of martial god Zhang. Fengyan warns Jong Chen that he might not be allowed to use the insect summon technique in the upcoming competition with the 3 overseas islands. Still, he promises to protect Jong Chen as part of his debt to martial god Zhang. Meanwhile, his comrade reminds him it's getting late and suggests heading back to the base. Jong Chen instructs Sedo to return to secure country and follow through with their plan. Sedo respectfully acknowledges the command and agrees without hesitation. As Sedo walks away, he reflects silently. Despite his obedience, he feels underestimated by the others. He scoffs inwardly at how the younger generation only sees him for his 9-winged miasma, unaware of his deeper strength. The group gathers. Jong Chen stands at the center, now commanding loyalty and respect. As the others reflect on the challenge ahead, they recognize that with 3 months until the competition, the time to grow and sharpen their power has only just begun. A messenger informs Jong Chen that the ancestor tree has borne a rare rainbow fruit. Recognizing its importance, Jong Chen acknowledges the update with focus and calm. He approaches the tree, recalling how the rainbow fruit once allowed him to break through and awaken divine power. This time, he wonders what kind of transformation it will trigger. A spirit beside him explains that previously, the fruit was formed through residual souls gathered in battle. Now, because Sedo submitted to Jong Chen, the ancestor tree gathered the souls on its own and created the fruit again. Jong is surprised by the tree's growth in power and autonomy. As Jong absorbs the fruit, lightning surges through him. He unlocks a special item, the Stamp of Faith, an eternal and unique treasure that allows him to leave a divine mark across time and space, unaffected by death, reincarnation, or destruction. Jong Chen receives detailed insight into the rainbow fruit's function. It unlocks a unique eternal ability called the Stamp of Faith, capable of branding an entire race or life form. Once marked, that target can never escape its effect, not even through reincarnation or time. He reflects on the activation conditions. To unleash the full potential of the stamp, one must destroy the target's gods, sever their cultural roots, and dismantle their civilization. It's a terrifyingly thorough power meant to completely dominate. Without hesitation, Jong Chen binds the Stamp of Faith to himself. A glowing seal appears on his palm as the contract is sealed permanently. The spirit girl notices the mark and asks if something is wrong. Jong Chen casually replies that he's simply thinking, concealing the overwhelming gravity of what he's just done. Jong Chen reflects on his master's teaching. When great change is coming, one must rise quietly and build power steadily. While others fought for decades only to be buried by their own ambitions, Jong Chen believes nurturing strength wisely is the real key. As Jong Chen discusses his strategy with the spirit girl, a system window opens, displaying his updated stats. His identity, titles, and divine attributes now place him as a high-ranking force within the realm, including powerful familiars and legacy class titles. Elsewhere, an old man questions Jong Chen's decisions, shocked that he acted independently while others were still finalizing their strategies. He's amazed Jong advanced so far on his own, even subduing an 8th-turn powerhouse. He demands to know the secret behind Jong Chen's sudden rise. Jong calmly answers it's all thanks to the 9-winged miasma. The elder is left stunned by the simplicity and power of the explanation. The elder stares at Jong Chen with a sharp gaze, confirming his suspicions. He asks just how many followers or resources Jong has amassed so far, clearly expecting a shocking answer. Jong Chen hesitantly admits that the number has already surpassed expectations. The elder eyes wide with disbelief, guesses 12 million. The elder keeps escalating 15 million, 18 million, each guess growing more exaggerated. Jong Chen stays quiet, his expression growing more strained with each number thrown at him. Finally, Jong Chen casually mutters the actual number 80 million. The elder is frozen in stunned silence. Jong Chen attempts to explain, but his master cuts him off, needing a moment to process what he just heard. The number 80 million followers is far beyond his expectations. Still reeling, the elder mutters the number to himself in disbelief. Jong Chen thinks it might be best not to reveal more for now, worried that the old man might have a heart attack from shock. The elder finally gathers himself and warns Jong Chen not to reveal such numbers casually in the future. In a world where information is controlled and limited, keeping some things as hidden cards is much more strategic. Jong agrees and promises to be more careful. Jong suddenly asks how many 9-winged miasmas it would take to kill a flame sovereign. The elder is stunned. Did Jong really just say he wants to kill a sovereign? Jong nervously responds that it was just a casual question. The elder explains that the flame sovereign reached the 9th realm over 400 years ago and is now extremely powerful. To even consider battling him, one would need a foundation of at least 100 million 9-winged miasmas, a number daunting even to prepare for. The elder is stunned by Jong Chen's exponential growth. Just months ago, he had only a few million, but now he's reached 80 million. Jong casually reveals the secret: he consumed massive amounts of fierce beast meat on the battlefield, which boosted his army. Surprised by the simplicity, The elder confirms that beast meat can indeed nurture the miasmas. Zhang suggests launching a national-level campaign using the Wushwang order to gather more resources. The elder, impressed, agrees with the idea. Zhang, excited by the strategy, asks if the Wushwang order can really be used that way. The elder responds with a confident, "Of course." Motivated, Zhang declares that he'll issue the order the next day to begin mobilizing forces. Jong Chen reflects on the upcoming issuance of the Wushwang order. He estimates that it could help him boost his 9-winged miasma count by another 80 billion. He knows now that he can't just rely on the tree to passively gather insects, he must take initiative. He considers relocating the base of the 9-winged miasmas to a deeper underground location previously used by the 8th Turn Emperor. It seems like the perfect place to anchor the army and undertake new upgrades. Meanwhile, in a peaceful courtyard, another group enjoys a calm evening. Cherry blossom trees bloom as the characters admire the scene. One of them jokes that this place is truly for those who know how to live well. A man scolds someone for being too playful. Another man quickly agrees and excuses himself from the group chat, feeling a bit awkward under scrutiny. As the conversation grows more serious, the group discusses the rising tensions in Dako. With a new era beginning and the abyss expanding, they emphasize the importance of securing the 3 overseas islands before peace can truly be restored. One of the men reveals he's been developing strategies for 5 years to reclaim the islands, but none of the plans have been good enough. The enemy's strength surpasses his, and unless the leader of the resistance is eliminated, there's no hope of success. Another man points out that he's been stuck guarding the abyss and can't leave to lead an assault. He admits his strength is meant for defense, not offense, and confesses he isn't even a match for the main enemy leader. They conclude that relying on themselves won't be enough. As a cherry blossom petal floats in his drink, one of them remarks with quiet curiosity, "From what you're saying, it sounds like you have a plan?" A bearded man urges the group to stop guessing and just tell them the plan. The response: "They don't need to do anything, just make sure Jong Chen stays protected." The leader asks if they ever wondered why he personally intervened to save Jong Chen when he was in danger. The question leaves the group silent and reflective. They begin to understand that the current peace is an illusion. The 9-winged miasmas spread into the abyss could trigger disaster, awakening a long-dormant catastrophe that's been brewing for centuries. Someone asks if Jong Chen is really worth all this risk. Was there a secret change that made him so important? A mysterious voice confirms, yes. But they add cryptically, "I can't tell you more, or you'll carry the burden of its consequences." All I can say is one sentence: a flashback reveals a shocking event. Someone once traveled back from the future, 10 years ahead, bringing a spider along. That mysterious person urgently delivered a message. The woman is stunned. Time reversal. That would require at least 10 turns of power, maybe even more. She demands to know who it was and what they said. The man warns not to ask further. The consequences of knowing too much would be deadly. Even he, along with the others, could die if they push for answers. Everyone finally accepts the core instruction. They don't need to act. Their only job is to protect Jong Chen with the strength of the entire nation. Since he's so important, they suggest keeping him out of the upcoming Tianyun Grand competition altogether. The woman expresses her concern despite Jong Chen's strength. The overseas islands house god-tier threats. Even with Feng Yun's protection, he might die in the very first round. The man warns that no one should interfere with Jong Chen. Even well-intentioned help could cause unintended backlash. He emphasizes their duty: protect him, don't interfere, and support him from behind the scenes. He prepares to leave, murmuring about Dako's future. With glowing eyes, he seems to carry knowledge far beyond their own, possibly glimpses of what's to come. Alone, he stares into the distance. The wind is silent. The battlefield is drenched in blood. Bodies pile atop each other, warriors cut down without mercy. The bearded elder stands defiantly even in death, a sword impaled through his body. A man is skewered by multiple blades. His lifeless eyes stare upward, frozen in a final moment of resistance before everything fades to black. The woman, severely wounded and bleeding from every limb, remains glowing with residual power as her body collapses into the rising pool of blood and destruction.
This is the end of the video. If you guys want to see the next part, then don't forget to subscribe and like the video.